All right, the question is, what is the difference between an IUL and a participant in whole life policy with paid up additions? All right, so I'm going to go over that real quick. So with an IUL, we present IULs when people have time. Okay, so when you have time, I don't personally prefer people to have an IUL beyond, well, let me take that back. To build cash, we have to talk about what we need it for. Okay, if someone wants to be their own bank, and you hear this online all the time, be your own bank, we if they have a participant in whole life with paid up additions, the best thing is to use it with that. The problem is most agents don't have the participant in whole life with paid up additions in their arsenal, so they try to build their own bank with an IUL. Here's why it's not the best. The second best is just not the best, because with an IUL, the interest rate that you're going to earn year to year is going to vary, right? Zero is our hero, right? So we know you're never going to lose money. But if you're talking about being your own bank, you want to be on a vehicle, you want to have an insurance vehicle that actually you can know what is going to be in the next 10, 15, 20 years every year. With an IUL, you cannot do that, right? We're going to hear some IULs be like, oh, mine's 12%, mine's 5%, mine's 2%, mine is 0.25% because it didn't earn anything that year. It's based off of the market. It's not in the market, but it's based off of the market. All right. Well, with the participant in whole life, with the special whole life policy with the paid up additions, that policy is a contractual. So it doesn't matter if the world goes in turmoil, your contract with that policy is locked in at that rate, right? Some policies are 4.5, some policies 5. I know we have some policies closer to 6, right? But when you're talking about predicting the future and basing, your vehicle, your insurance vehicle on a policy that you can know the forecast is going to be, regardless of the stock market, regardless if we're at war or anything, it's going to be best to do that on a participant in whole life with paid up additions. Now, I don't want to get into the whole paid up additions, putting money in the policy, pulling back out 90% of the cash value of the policy. That's a whole other angle that we'll go over. But the biggest difference is between the IUL and the par whole with the paid up additions is that you can predict. One has a contractual earning. One is it's going to fluctuate. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I picked the IULs if they're just have time, right? Or if they don't care about being their own bank, they might want it for a permanent policy, or they want it for retirement, as a retirement vehicle. If they have 15, 20 years, and in some years, of course, you're going to have higher than the contractual rate of the par whole life, then that's fine.